Hello, my name is Liko Banji. I'm here with you on the XAM Old School Party. I did mention to you guys that we have a couple representatives from the Creative Youth Agency here to talk to us about what they do. But before we get into all of that, I want to let them introduce themselves. Good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for gracing us with your presence today. Feel free to tell us who you are.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm Space Nakata,
Yes.
the Executive Director of Creative Youth Agency.
Yes.
Along with me, there's a colleague of mine who are related to this season. Thank you.
Right.
Brian Tandre Chivombi is my name, Programs Manager, Creative Youth Agency. Super excited to be live on XFM.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would like to actually make it clearer to the people who are tuned in right now about what the Creative Youth Agency is and what it does, what it's all about, when it started. Go right ahead.
Oh, thank you. Creative Youth Agency was started in December 2018.
Yeah.
We're a legally registered non-government organization with the National Bureau of NGOs, and we are committed to serving the most vulnerable populations of society in various thematic areas.
Okay.
We have 6 of them. We
Okay.
have economic empowerment, education and schooling, livelihood, health, gender equity, and environment.
Okay, so you choose to help people according to from like different demographics according to those different sectors that you just mentioned, right?
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure from that it seems to me that your aim is to help the most vulnerable populations in society in those aspects that you mentioned. How do you plan to achieve this?
Well, we do this through our programs. Maybe you could explain it.
We do that through our programs, and apparently we are running a program, Her Future Runs Here,
Okay.
in partnership with Sierra VPF, and we are tackling about 3 areas.
Okay.
One of them is gender-based violence among adults and girls and young women, economic empowerment through empowering and skilling them, and then the other one is school retention, apparently doing the school drives to make sure that the students or the pupils in those particular schools are able to retain in school, but most importantly, letting them know that education is the key to each and everything that they hope to do in their lives. So we are tackling 3 areas: gender-based violence, economic empowerment, school retention, but among other programs is youth entrepreneurship and development. We also tackle youth skills development and career preparedness, because when you skill people, you must prepare them career-wise.
Yeah.
Then there's also life planning and social skills. And last but not least is environmental protection and water literacy. It's also an aspect that we thought we could also tackle in this, not forgetting the young women development and empowerment too, because the women are the future.
Okay, the future is female. I
Yes.
love to hear that. So this brings me to ask how the Creative Youth Agency started. Like, what made you guys decide to come together to do this, to help people in these different sectors, in these vulnerable situations?
Yes, our desire to serve the young people. Youth have a lot of issues that are going on, and they basically don't know where to look. And yet society actually expects them to, match up to
To their expectations.
exactly.
Yeah.
So our desire to serve and to tackle various youth issues like unemployment.
Yeah.
you know.
GBV, teenage pregnancies, the list
Yes.
goes on and on and on. Okay, so I'm quite curious actually. How do you find these people in these different sectors that you're helping, the vulnerable people? How do you find them? Do they come to you? Do you go to them? How does that work out?
Yeah, to start with, we have various social media platforms, and we have a lot of interaction and engagement with the youth. We have on Twitter, we are Creative Youth at Creative Youth UG, Instagram and Facebook. We have a website
Okay.
where there's an interaction page, but most importantly, we're building an application, CYA application,
Okay.
where we're going to have more engagement by it. But as an organization, we are deeply rooted in our societies. We are deeply rooted in the slums. We
Yeah.
are deeply, and also we have a lot of
What would I say? it's easier for you guys to get to the people who are in
Yes,
those,
but also with
that
partnerships. We have various partnerships with
Yeah.
the government, with the local councils, with other various organizations
Okay.
that enables us to be able to serve this particular.
Awesome. So amongst the services that you mentioned that you help these vulnerable people in these demographics is vocational training. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about the skills that are being taught and how that works out. Yeah.
Now, there are people, as in we have people in the vulnerable communities, but we need to scale them. There are people who have been slightly unfortunate. I won't say the other word, but they are unfortunate. So the scaling part of it is we have quite a number of vocational trainings going on.
Yes.
So one of them is we do hairdressing,
Okay.
we do tailoring, we do urban farming, we do rabbit keeping, we also do fish farming.
Okay.
So it's a couple of activities and skills in that even if somebody doesn't have a particular interest in a particular vocational training, is able to have the other side of the story. For example, there is a wide range of activities where somebody can choose what he or she would basically want to major in.
Okay.
Because if you give them a skill, then we believe they can also be able to, after learning, after the cohort or at the end of the training, they're able to keep learning and also be able to employ themselves, because we teach them to be more of job creators than job seekers. We believe this particular skill that we give you could enable you be able to solve the 1,000 problems that you would have. It may take time, but we believe that when you acquire that skill and you're able to practice it over and over and over and over again, because remember, it is passion and you chose it yourself, because there are so many, so it could enable you earn a living and be able to sustain your family and be able to live a good life at the end of that day.
Yeah, not forgetting, we're certified by the Directorate of Industry Training.
Okay.
That means that our beneficiaries are able to acquire certification to be employed or create their own jobs in order to generate a livelihood.
Credibility right there. Love to hear that. Let's talk about the village scheme and loan association. How do people who are looking for such help get access to that, and how is it helping the people in particular?
Yes, currently we have 5 portfolios
Okay.
running with BSLAs, and our beneficiaries, because we train them in financial literacy, because as you skill somebody, they need to be financially empowered.
Yes.
So, and they need to have that brain of how to take care of their money. So we've opened up village savings and loans associations where we're able to offer seed capital to these various beneficiaries of ours in order to start. Because there's so many people that say start, but they don't give you what it requires to start.
Yes.
So through this, we are giving them money to start their own foundations, and then they're able to save and lend amongst themselves, and then create
Bigger network, bigger money, more money in the community.
yeah, money begets money.
Okay.
Yes.
You talked about how the Creative Youth Agency is trying to tackle or is tackling issues of gender-based violence in these communities where people are vulnerable and being exposed to such. Talk to us more about this in detail.
Yes, we have a safe space, a physical safe space where we have victims that seek refuge and are taken care of, and also they are given counseling services, and also we engage other stakeholders to help them out. But also we have a virtual safe space on our application.
Okay.
I hope it will be launched soon. I hope people can download it and be able to access various social services from this application.
Yeah. So in this situation of gender-based violence, how exactly does somebody who is going through a situation like that reach? What happens when somebody needs your help? Like, do they have to call you online or reach out to you online, or is there a station where they can run up to you and talk to you physically?
Yes, there is a physical space like I mentioned.
Yes.
And also we are building up a toll-free line that will
Okay.
be ready to be accessed by any victim or report any case.
Okay.
And we have various partnerships with the different stakeholders in gender-based violence.
Yes.
And then also, the virtuous space that I've talked about.
That's about to be launched.
Yes.
So looking forward to that one. Hopefully, also the toll free line will be
Definitely,
like limitless
by
time.
the
You
end
know,
of this month. Yeah, of course.
fingers crossed.
And we have our service providers be able to talk to these
The people who need the help
various-
at whatever times that
no
they
cost
need.
at all.
Really, I'd love to see that. Okay, this is already making me smile. The project is truly amazing. I feel like it's not the easiest to pull off, considering we're so many people in this community, people who are dealing with so many things, who are in situations that make them feel vulnerable, being hurt. Do you have sponsors or any other sources of support, considering this seems like a whole mound of work to do?
Currently, we're in partnership with Children's Rights and Violence Prevention Fund
Okay.
in implementation of the program Our Future Runs Here.
Okay.
It's not easy to pull up, but they've been quite very supportive, and we are working alongside them to make sure that we're able to help the vulnerable people or the vulnerable populations in the various societies,
Yes.
but also making sure that we work with the various local communities, local leaders, to make sure that we work together, we solve this problem, because it's not a problem for one party.
Yeah.
If we join hands, it's a collective energy, collective effort, because they also believe there is a problem and there is a challenge, and the best way to address that challenge is by collectively working together, putting together all the various leaders within the community, our partners, CRVPF, Creative Youth Agency, and then the entire team, to make sure that we're able to address such challenges within the various communities where we operate.
Yeah, not forgetting our partner Support Disabled Children, GAVA, who we closely work with too.
To help the kiddies out there.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just about to wrap it up, but before we do, could you tell us, please repeat for us again your contacts, points of contacts, and physical places that somebody can find you, maybe on social media, phone numbers, or an address?
Yes, we are located on all platforms, like you said. Twitter is at Creative Youth UG. Instagram is Creative Youth Agency. Facebook is Creative Youth Agency. Our website is www.creativeyouth.agency.org. We are located in Muyenga, plot 2702 at Home Leadership Center. And if they want to reach us out, they can reach us out on our office line 0393 254 788. And of course, our platforms will be running the toll-free line soon, so you'll be able to interact with us.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much for joining us.